about that. But first, let's talk about this week's challenge. Hello, my lovely butterfly. Welcome to this new A Layer a Day challenge. Before we dive in, I have a couple of shout outs to give. My first shout out goes to Linda Fox. Linda, welcome to the group. I loved seeing your spread. It had such an intense. Well, first of all, I love the little guide that you used because I used a similar one in one of my spreads years and years ago. And I love when I see these kind of characters pop up. But the message that you used in your spread was beautiful. And I wanted to acknowledge you for sharing that with all of us. So, Linda Fox, welcome to the A Layer a Day challenge. My second shout out goes to Linda Higham. Yes, Linda, I received your email. Unfortunately, I receive a lot of emails. So if everyone starts to send me their spread on email, it will become very hard for me to keep an eye on everything. That is why we have the Facebook group. That doesn't mean that I didn't see it. I did see it, and I wanted to thank you for trusting me with that. I also received your mail today. So yes, I did see it. Thank you for sending it to me. And okay, little message coming in. And then my next shout out goes to Sharon Young. Sharon, your spread again this week was like, it got to me. And I wanted to give you a shout out because you have been with us for so long. And you keep on sharing with us. So I wanted to give you an extra super duper shout out. Please continue to do that because I love seeing your spreads within the group. I think it's always amazing when someone joins, but I think it's at least as amazing when someone continues to stay with us and continues to put down a layer a day, especially in these times. And then my last shout out is a special one. It's one that I added like seconds before I came online because I read something that was like, I cannot let this go unnoticed. And this one goes to Celia Richards. I know she's with us. Celia, not only was your spread like very intense, but what you wrote, I wanted to give you an extra special virtual hug. I hope you get it. I hope you can feel it. It made me sad reading that. So I hope that you are in a better place now than when you wrote that, unless you didn't mean it to be that intense. That is just me misinterpreting things. But if it's what I read, I wanted to give you like a virtual hug. Butterfly hug from all of us. So yes, Celia. Yes, I'm talking to you, Celia. Now, if I didn't mention you, that does not mean that your work is not acknowledged. Sharon, I'm looking at you. I still see you. I know that you are out there. Me mentioning you has nothing to do with the quality of your work. It has nothing to do with... It doesn't mean that you have to stop sharing with us, okay? Please do keep on sharing. The thing is, I cannot give a shout out to each and every one of you each and every week. Like I said last week. How many names were there? Oh no, the week before. 34 names I had to write down. 34. I cannot give 34 shout outs. But so don't let these shout outs be a quality check of your work. It has nothing to do with it. So please keep on sharing. We are on week 13 of this A Layer a Day challenge. This challenge runs from today, March 28th until April 4th. We are on the last challenge of this month, which is all about mood boards. We started by taking a step back to have a look at the current situation. Then we looked at what we are longing for. We had a look at what it is we should be visualizing. And then last week we had a look at what influences us. when we should be visualizing. I know that for some of you it was a hard challenge, especially in these times, and I think that this week is not going to be any easier considering the situation, because this week we're looking back at week 1 and we are going to see what has changed. Now, in normal circumstances, I think that this build-up would have been like smooth and normal, but considering the situation we have now, it's going to be pretty intense again. At the same time, I think that doing this challenge now is perfect timing-ish, kind of, because I think it's a very good thing to have a look now at what changed comparing to 4 weeks ago. My point of this challenge was to see the evolution in our visualizing, in our working with mood boards, in our current situation. Did we make any progress on that side? Or on the other hand, did everything stay like the same? Did our visualization bring things into change, into movement, into progression in the way that we wanted to, or not? Well, we are a bit sabotaged by the universe, and at the same time I think that this challenge is very welcome considering everything that is going on now. So this week we're going to look at change. What changed for you compared to the first week of this mood board challenge, which was challenge number, I need to go and look back, week 9. That was week 9. That is all that I have for the challenge, but I have something else that I wanted to share because I think that that too in these times is important. There is a lot happening online. There's a lot of artists going online and sharing a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of very interesting stuff, and it's very hard to stay away. I have several reasons to stay away, and I wanted to share those with you because I thought that it might inspire you too. My first and main reason to stay away is that I am afraid of inspirational contamination. This is, if you've ever taken a workshop with me, you've heard me say that over and over again. Inspirational contamination is when you see something from someone else that is so good, that resonates with you, and then it might influence your style, your story, what it is you want to say, the way you want to say it, and you get sidetracked. Sometimes it can be a good thing because it can open new doors for you. But if you're still looking for your own voice and you look at too much from others, it will be very hard through all that noise to find your own voice. I have my own voice. I want to keep my own voice. I don't want to start singing someone else's song, so I want to stay within my voice. I do look at a lot of photos. I look at Pinterest. I look at Instagram, although I don't spend that much time on those two platforms. But I try to stay away from videos. My dear friend Kat, K Best, who makes amazing videos, I don't watch them. I did watch a couple here and there when she started. Now I know that she makes them. I support her in that, but I have to stay away because I think that what she makes is so amazing. If I spend time watching it, it will inspirational contamination like this. And I know that tomorrow, if I have to start a new spread, I will be like, oh, she would do this and that. And no. I want to stay with my voice and sing my song in the way that I intended. So that is my first reason to stay away. The second reason is, there's a lot going on. As my patron said earlier on, you could go from one life to the next and then back to the first one and not having to spend any time by yourself. The thing is, while you're doing that, you are not creating unless you have the thing go on in the background and you are creating at the same time. Don't let your brain fool you into thinking because you're looking at it that you are being creating yourself, because our brain does trick us in that way. I don't know if you know this, but making a to-do list is a way for your brain to make you feel like you already did more than half of the work. No, you didn't. You just made a to-do list. It still needs to be done. So it's a good thing to make your to-do list, but now get going and do whatever is on your to-do list. It's the same thing with looking at stuff online. It's a good way to get you jump started and to get your creativity going. But don't be fooled into thinking at the end of the day, I've had so much creativity around me today. No, you have not been creative. You have watched others be creative. And I wanted to remind you to keep on putting down a layer, at least a layer a day, especially now, and to create. Put it on the background if you want to. If you want to have that company and if you want to have like something to look up to every once in a while because you do feel isolated, by all means. I'm not saying that you have to isolate yourself and not have any visual stimulation or whatsoever. But don't let it trick you into thinking that you've had plenty of creativity when you didn't. You just watched others being creative. So on one hand, I'm super grateful that there is so much out there. And on the other hand, I'm like, it's too much. I think that at this moment, it's too much. And there's a reason that I have not been sharing that much, because I think there's already a lot going on. I will still be sharing my stuff. So tomorrow, because I still have to take the photo, my A Layer a Day from last week, from this week, will go online. I even forgot to put it in the group, for crying out loud. Bad me. I will do that tomorrow. I will catch up on that. And I will still post my final spread on the A Layer a Day group and on Instagram. But I am not going like, I'm going to go live on YouTube there's already plenty for you out there, I think. So you already have more than enough to choose from. That's it. That's what I wanted to remind you of today. Don't forget to be creative yourself and don't be sucked up in that thing of just looking at it and then not doing yourself. And be careful for inspirational contamination. So this week's challenge, I hope you will join us, is all about change, where we have a look back and compare the situation from beginning of the month, where we started to work around mood boards, where we had a look at our current situation. What has changed for you? What has evolved for you? Has it evolved in a good way, in a not so good way, especially with the current situation? Have a look at that. Don't forget to share it within the group. I hope you will. Let's catch up on the comments. Yes, Linda, I couldn't have said it any better. Cat rocks. She rocks. Seriously. I watch craft alongs while I do junk journaling. Well done you, Alva. Keep on doing that. Yvonne too. Celia, I don't know what is a good idea, but go for it. Oh, thanks, Cat. I never started art journaling if it wasn't for watching you. Wow, thank you, Alva. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's go and let's start putting down a layer a day. I will share the album for this week's challenge tomorrow in the first part of the day for me. So if you want to start already, you can, but you will have to wait until tomorrow to start sharing. I'll see you there. I'll see you in the A Layer a Day challenge group. For my patrons, I'll see you back again live here tomorrow if you feel like it. If not, by all means, I would understand. If you would like to see and understand and know what it's like, the link to my Patreon page is in the description of this video. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Big hugs to all of you. Butterfly kisses to all of you. And don't forget to put down a layer a day. Bye-bye.